Episode 4 of 4 Minutes begins with the chief pushing Win to get the DNA tests on the second riverfront murder. Win calls for forensics and confirms that the blood on the rock is of the second victim and the fingerprint on it is of an Anuwat Warindej. Win looks shocked, and at that moment Tonkla calls. At present, Time runs off and Great is shocked. He stops a bleeding Korn from going after Time and takes him to the hospital. The next day, at the hospital, Den watches as Great searches for Time high and dry. He finally finds him in an OR and waits all day. Once Time comes out, Great confronts him. But the tables turn as Time reveals that Great's parents, the Srawats, are scammers, which led to his parents' death. He asks about Nan, which confuses Great. Time believes Great is feigning ignorance and storms off. Great gets an attack and goes back in time to 4 minutes ago when Time came out of the OR. This time, Great offers to find Nan. Meanwhile, Win helps Tonkla hold his brother's funeral. Someone follows Win and he reveals that he hasn't stopped looking into Tonkla's brother's case. The killer must be from a powerful family who wants to stop him. He also believes that the family must be out to get the victim's brother and offers to move in with Tonkla until the case is resolved. Tonkla is more than happy, and once they're at his place, he hits on Win. However, they are interrupted by Korn's arrival outside. Tonkla has Win hide and pretends everything is fine. Korn is initially apologetic for going MIA, but tries to force himself on Tonkla when he is unresponsive. He stops when Tonkla reveals his brother's death, and Korn tries to help with the investigation. Frustrated with his hot and cold behaviour, Tonkla kicks him out. Win looks shaken, but Tonkla resumes their foreplay. After they hook up, Win pretends to sleep while Tonkla looks at a cat's collar and reminisces about his time with Korn. In a flashback, we see that Korn was Tonkla's high school senior. Tonkla's abusive family killed his cat, which had him burying it at the campus. Korn happens upon a beaten up Tonkla and tells him to keep the cat's collar as something to remember it by. He also gives Tonkla his senior ribbon so no one in school bullies him. They start dating, and their first time together is gentle as they profess their love for each other. Tonkla is also afraid of his drunk and abusive dad, and Korn helps him and his brother move out. At present, Korn happens upon Saman torturing Nan. He tells him to stop and tries to appeal to Nan. He promises to pay her and let her go as long as she tells him who she contacted. He also warns Saman not to hurt her, but the man instantly kicks her once Korn leaves. Meanwhile, Luqwa visits Den. She shares that when she went into cardiac arrest, she saw herself at an exhibition where the clock was 4 o'clock. And along with her, someone else is in the room, and it happens to be Great. Elsewhere, Korn is heartbroken as he recalls Tonkla kicking him out. Great gives him company as Korn rants about being a failure. Great tries to ask about his job, and Korn shares that one wrong move will ruin everything. He refuses to talk more, and Great gets him drunk. Korn is super affectionate with his brother, but once he passes out, Great goes through his phone and finds Nan's location. He forwards it to Time and then heads there himself. Time is busy in the OR and sees the message too late. Great is already at the warehouse and sneaks in to find Saman torturing Nan. She provokes him and he kills her. Great panics and goes back to 4 minutes ago. This time he barges in instantly and claims that Korn has sent him to transfer Nan. Saman is confused, and while he tries to call Korn, Great tries to run off with Nan. Realising that he has been tricked, Saman and a couple of guards surround Great and Nan. Time arrives in time, no pun intended here, and takes down 2 of the men. Great joins him and they grab guns from the fallen guards. Unable to shoot Great, an angry Saman is forced to let them go. After dropping Nan at the hospital, Great stops in the middle of nowhere and screams in delight at having pulled off such a risky escape. Time is amused and compares his visions to those of superheroes' powers. They hide in a hotel and Great is still riding the high from the adrenaline rush. Time finds it funny as he tries to fix his messy hair. They kiss and end up having sex. At the hospital, Dome is discharged and Nurse B hands him his prescription and meds. As he leaves, he sweetly informs someone that he is coming home. He stops in front of Tonkla's house and calls him brother. On hearing his voice, a shocked Tonkla turns but doesn't see anyone. At the end of 4 Minutes episode 4, we see that the funeral Tonkla held was for Dome, whose government name is Anuwat Warindej. They're not only brothers, but this means Anuwat is actually Tonkla, the prime suspect. Well, we're finally close to resolving the murder mystery, unlike a certain love-struck detective. Ironic that his name is Win, but yet he's unable to actually win at his job or in his love life. So what we have so far is that in Tonkla and Win's timeline, Great never stopped Title from killing Dome. And with Title missing since that night when he accosted Great, we can hazard a guess that it is Tonkla who killed Title to avenge his brother. Now Title comes from a powerful family and they probably want it under wraps that he killed Dome and then was killed. But why does Title mess with Dome if he knows that he has Great's brother on his side? And why can Tonkla see his dead cat in episode 1 and again hear Dome's voice at the end of episode 4? Questions, questions, questions. And we are such clowns. No one guessed the parallel timeline plot twist despite the trailer including a shot of time and Greet's reflection, which is not only upside down, but also flipped horizontally, suggesting that there are two timelines. This also gives us dark deja vu. Okay, we'll try to keep it mostly spoiler free here for those who haven't watched Netflix's fantastic time travel show, with one of the timelines possibly disappearing depending on Greet's decision once his clock hits 11:04. So far, 4 Minutes has been a pretty compelling watch, and we'll have to wait and see where this one goes in the future. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.